Hello friends, Brooke with the Restoration Project here. Happy spring! This is one of my favorite times of year as we see farmers starting to plant in the fields and preparing the ground for their new crops. Buds showing up on the trees, our flowers are popping through the ground in our flower beds at home. And I'm reminded by one of my favorite authors, Parker Palmer, and one of his poems that he wrote to emphasize spring. And I actually have this poem on my bathroom mirror as it goes along with a word that I had chosen for this year, which was enough. And I've talked a little bit about that already, but I wanted to focus on the poem, Harrowing, and read that actually to tee up something that I've been thinking about here in this last week as we roll into spring and this new green season. So harrowing. The plow has savaged this sweet field, misshapen clods of earth kicked up, rocks and twisted roots exposed to view. Last year's growth demolished by the blade. I have plowed my life this way, turned over a whole history, looking for the roots of what went wrong until my face is ravaged, furrowed, scarred. Enough. The job is done. Whatever's been uprooted, let it be. Seedbed for the growing that's to come. I plowed to unearth last year's reasons. The farmer plows to plant a greening season. I think about this poem this week in the context of trust and trusting ourselves. Because as I've mentioned before with something that Wayne Dyer, someone that I follow as well, the late Wayne Dyer had said was, I can't give away what I don't have. And so if I'm struggling to trust others or extend trust to others in my relationships, personally or professionally, then I need to look in here. Am I trusting myself? And if not, what is the reason? What's the barrier? What's the block? What's the message that I'm telling myself and believing about myself right now? And there's such power in taking a pause to understand and reflect on what that really is. And in a world, in a culture where we have access immediately to so many things, the power of the pause, I feel like, is getting lost. And that's the most powerful thing that we have control over, is taking a step back and understanding, what am I believing right now to be true about myself, about others, about people in my relationships, personally, professionally, and how can that affect how I show up? So that is my reflection for this week as it relates to this greening season and all of the earth that's getting uprooted, last year's growth being demolished by the blade. I love how Parker Palmer tees up this season for us. I hope you all have a wonderful day and enjoy yourselves. Be good to yourself. Bye-bye.